Hello everyone, welcome to the first video of web design series. We will be focusing on HTML and CSS in this. In this video, we are going to cover basic introduction to HTML, how a standard HTML file look like, and some of the basic HTML tags like heading, paragraph, line break, how the horizontal are introduced, and some of the preserve formatting tags. So let's start. Okay, so let's know some basics about HTML. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language and it is used to design web pages using markup language. Here, HTML is a combination of hypertext and markup language. So hypertext defines the link between the web pages and markup language is used to define the text document within tag, which defines the structure of web pages. It's like we manipulate the text in such a way so that machine can understand it. And whatever content we want to manipulate, the machine can manipulate it and show in the browser accordingly. So that is the main job of this HTML language and which makes the document readable by the software and display accordingly. So here this manipulation is done by the tags. We used this angular brackets and inside that we write some words. These are called as tag here. Let's see some simple format of the HTML document, how it looks like actually. Let me make it full screen. Oh yes, it is already here. So here this first document that is written as doc as type HTML. So this means that this document is of HTML version 5. So this is always being declared in the very first line. Normally, if it is older versions, then sometimes we write only this HTML. We don't mention this line. So this means that this is belongs to the older versions. This is not related to the HTML version 5. After that, we have line this HTML. Every HTML documents starts with HTML tag. HTML tags means angular brackets. This is greater than sign and this is less than sign. And in between we have written is here HTML. And this same whenever this file ends, then it is closed by this same HTML word with the angular brackets and we have slash sign here. Right. So whenever we start, we have no slash. Whenever any tag closes, then it is a slash sign slash with the same tag where with which it was started. So any file HTML file always starts with HTML tag and ends with the closing HTML tag. After that we write like head and we close head here with the slash. Once again we have a title tag here that starts the title word with the angular brackets and closing with slash title word and we have body here and closing body here, closing tag of the body. Inside we are having some heading h1 tag starting and closing, paragraph starting and closing. So don't worry, I will just explaining these things, what are these and why we normally use it. So let me just give you brief a little. I'm not telling you too much because I will take one practical example and then we will do this thing. So as of now, just basic things. Title is the word which is shown at the top of the browser. Normally, whenever we open a window, like if you open Facebook, then at the top it is shown as the Facebook written over there. No, don't worry. I will just show you just in a moment. And next thing is heading. So whenever we write any statement or like suppose you are typing something in the Word, MS Word documents, then something you write at the top them with the bold letters, that is a heading, and after that you start writing something, so that is our paragraph. So this is a simple thing. There's a heading and the paragraph, and then we close our the body tag. So this body is the area where we write the main content, what we want to show in the browser. Remaining part is related to something else, and this is the main body which we want to the manipulate. Right, we just discussed that what we want to manipulate. So the content which we want to manipulate or we want to change or we want to show in the browser, that comes under the tag body. Everything will come inside the body. And remaining title is you are clear that we show in the top of the page. Head contains the meta information, and this meta information is used by the search engine to search the web pages. So don't worry, if you are new to it, then you will learn more about this one. And let's take one example, and I will show you that what actually the web page is and how we show it in the browser. Let me switch to my computer now. And yes, so there are multiple professional editors are available, but I recommend to use Notepad as of now. So let's make a folder, this new text document with my practice, and as of now, and just open it. Okay, and we will save it here, and we save it from my practice name is okay, and we write with the important thing is extension. So we use the extension HTML, or you can, if you want, you can use HTM, no problem, both are fine with that. You use the encoding as UTF-8 and just click save. As you save it, it will automatically create a browser file. You see, like this is shown here, Chrome document now. So let's just open it here. Okay, let me put it here, no problem. So just let's write a code here. So as we are starting our HTML code, so we will start with this HTML like this, okay, and close our HTML tag like this, fine. But when the browser read it, then how it will know that which version is this HTML file? So it's better to include this doc type HTML. It shows us that this is HTML document of version 5, the first line. And after that, we just include whatever we write, the code that we'll write inside these two tags, HTML and /HTML. So this is our HTML file mainly, and whatever code we write, we just write inside this one. So as of now, there is a body tag. So we will use closing body. Any tag starts, suppose this is our HTML tag, right? So it has started with HTML and it has closed with the same word HTML, but with the slash sign here. So that is very important. Any tag starts with the word and then closes with the slash of the same word. So that's how it is happening in the this HTML. So it is very good practice that you don't forget that if you have another command to close it, then it becomes very difficult, and by chance it is very easy, and we have the same thing, just insert the slash and it you will close the tag. So let's see that, save it, and let's see how it is being shown in the browser. So I'm opening with the Firefox. Let's see how does it show this file. So this is just blank page, there's nothing over there. Okay, so let's make some changes and we'll see how this browser shows. So let me go to this. We will create a heading, like suppose we write any in the this notebook. How we write, you open any page, at the top you put some heading, and then you write one line, paragraph or one page, whatever you want you write. So the same thing we will do, we just write something in the heading and then we create one paragraph. So this heading tag is H1. We start with this H1 and end with close with the H1. So whatever we write it here between this, that is going to be our heading between this. And if you want one paragraph, then paragraph tag starts with P and close with the again same no this rule, that is /P, and we close it. So that's what it is, these things. Okay, H1. So let's write heading here. Heading is our, let's have now taking as our heading paragraph. We can write this is my first HTML file. Okay, let's save it and just see that how browser show it here. Just refresh it, it will show us. You see, heading is being shown here, and this is my HTML. So what it does actually, we write like this: h1 at the starting and slash h1 at the end. So, but it does not show us this h1 and slash h1. Same thing it does with the paragraph. It does not show us it's a paragraph or p or slash p. What it does is just applies the property of this one, heading. H1 means that this is a heading. So what it does, the browser, it just read it. Okay, there's something is coming with the H1. It means that this I should show in the browser like a heading. So you just make a big one and bold. So that's what browser does. Browser reads whatever code we have written and it shows us in a very clean and tidy manner. So the same thing it has done with the paragraph. Something came with the between p and slash p. Then it thinks, oh, this is my paragraph. So I just show it like that. Oh, this is something coming in H1. I should show in the big and bold. So that's what the browser does. That's what it is meant to be meant to do. That it just read the tag and display the content according to the code what I have written for this one. So for being a good web designer, we have to learn so many tags because HTML is nothing without tags. So let's learn some more tags now and keep on learning on coming videos. Now we just keep on going through these tags only. So tighten your seatbelt. We have to go so far. We have to be a good web designer, right? Yes. So let's explore some more tags now. So as of now, we have gone through only one heading, that is H1. There are actually more heading. So I'm just uh, showing you all of them. There are total six headings actually. Three, four, five, and six. So I'm just changing the H1 is okay. We just change two here, right? And here it should be three. So this shows us heading three. That the fonts will be little smaller for this one. As we increasing this number, these are going to be more smaller and more smaller. No, we are going down. So this is actually just mean that whenever we want to use smaller headings, so then we can use this H5 or H6, or if we want a little bit larger, then we can go to 3, 2, 1 like that, and we just move it on. So that's was the purpose of is these headings. But I just want to show you that how what is the font size, so it makes a picture in your mind that how these can be used actually. So I'm just refresh it now. You see how this font size is of the different headings. So H1 is this largest one, and after that H2 and H3, these are keep on decrementing, and you see that H6 is very small, and I think that going to be smaller than our paragraph. This right? You see the paragraph is this is my first HTML heading. So now if you want this heading, that is H1, that we want in the center. Suppose if you want, if we need, right? So let me use this H1. Let me remove this for all these first because they are not so much relevant. So right, sometimes we use that we writing any page and we want that in the between, right? Sometimes we just use it. So for that purpose, there is a tag. Like this tag is center. Don't worry, actually, I will just share this document with you where all these tags will be written, and whatever I have just covered in the slides, so that will also be covered. So don't worry for that one. So don't worry for that one. And okay, this is center, and center is coming. So you see that we are having these two tags. First, we have center, and inside center we have one more tag, that is H1. So this is also one more thing we can do. We can, you know, go inside and then use another tag. Suppose if you want one more tag, then we can use one more tag here in between. So these are called nested actually. So we can do nested, we can use nested tags. So no problem in that one. So let's see that how this make the difference with the center thing. You see this done the part and it has made in the center. So I think we have not closed this center, right? Yeah. You see, we have not closed this center tag, so this center effect has gone to the paragraph as well, and our paragraph is also in the center. But normally what it should be, if we close this center tag, means the effect of this center is limited to up to this part only. It will not go beyond that. So let's save it and see the difference. What does it make? You see, this HTML heading 1 is only on the center and remaining part is in the between. But if you want everything on the center, don't keep it as before I did the mistake, and don't close it. Uh, Keep your control and put it at the end. Put it here. So if we put it here, means it starts center here. Let me break it here once again. Yeah. So its center starts here. Whatever comes between these two tags, right? Whatever comes between these two tags, so that's going to be center here. Everything from this center to this center. I think both are not highlighting for me. So yeah, so from these two centers, whatever comes, like heading 1 comes in between center, and this is my first HTML file that's also comes in the center. So everything will come in the center. Let me save it and show you the difference. Oh yes, it is now. Let me introduce you one more tag, and that is actually line break tag. Sometimes what happens that we need to break the line. Suppose this is my first HTML file. I can be good web designer by having large amount of practice, right? Let's see how does this show in our browser. You see how it is, this is how it's being shown in the browser. But by chance we want that, I don't want this, I can be a good browser in the same line, I want to want this part in the another browser. So there's two ways to do these things. First thing is to use uh, paragraph. We can make a different paragraph for this one. Suppose we close this current paragraph here, right? And we start a new paragraph like this, and we close at the end. Yes, it's already closed. So there's two things that we can do. So that's the first way that we did it like this, and we refresh it and we say that this is the two lines. But you see that there's a gap between, there's a difference between these two lines because it's showing that these are two paragraphs. But we don't want the different paragraph. We want in the same paragraph, but just line break. So this is done by the our new tag, that is BR. BR is being done by is used for breaking the line. So what it will do, it will just simply break the line. So there are two ways to break the lines. You see, this break is line, but there's no gap in between these two lines. It just shows that there's a new line. That's it. So that's the benefit of this BR tag. So this is very, widely used in HTML designing, because there's a lot of time we need different gaps, and if you want more gaps, then you can create more and more gaps. You see how this doing is creating. If you want more and more gap, you can just paste and paste and paste. There's big gap. So that's what is the being done by your line break tag. Let me introduce you one new tag, that is pre. This pre tag keeps the formatting as it is. Suppose there is a too much space between first and HTML, and we refresh the page, then for the browser it makes no difference, either we have only one space or there are multiple spaces. It just considers only one space. For that purpose we can use this tag pre. So let's use tag pre here, and then let's make a big space between first and HTML. It's like this. If we refresh it, we see there is a too much space between first and HTML. One more problem occurs when we have something like this. Suppose something written like this. Suppose we have like this my function, right? And we are just opening here. Let me remove I. It's coming extra here, and we have echo, and then we have this is my first PHP program, right? Just close it, and then just close it, and then just save it, and use pre tag in between, right? We're just having pre here like this. Fine. So let's save it and see the difference what it does actually. You see, it's showing as it is. It was there my function. If we use this paragraph tag here by chance, then it just showing everything in the same line. Let me close it here. I forgot to close. It does. It just makes everything in the same line, and it does not show good. Suppose you are a coder and you want to show anyone that how the code it is, and then although code will understand, but it does not make a good impact while reading the code by yourself, not by the machine. Machine will read it very well, but we will not read it. So this is good by doing this way. Okay. So we discussed so many tags for today, and I think we should stop as of now, and we'll continue in coming videos that we will discuss. But before that, I think I have to tell you one more tag, that is HR tag. HR tag, what it does, it actually makes an horizontal line between two things, right? Horizontal line, the yes, horizontal line, and it is being done this tag HR. So suppose we have code and we were there like this. I This is my what the code to register. This is my first HTML. This is my first HTML code, and after that line we can write. Okay, I might be a good web developer. So it just introduces an horizontal line between these two lines. So let me refresh it and show to you. You see, this is a line HR. So this is the effect of this HR that is showing as line, and we can have some multiple things where how this we can make this line short or longer. Also, there's a lot of features we can include in this one. So we will learn more in the coming sessions. So till now is good, and keep practice by yourself, because only this is a practice which makes you the perfect. If you do not practice, then definitely you will be dumb. So see you soon in the coming videos. Thank you guys.